Teo can be on the side of you while he's giving you angles he can match Shakur's speed. Speed, yes. Maybe not technique, but speed, yes. He has better power, and his feet are really good. So when he's on the side and creating angles, yes, I like Shakur on points. I would not be surprised if Teo won, and I would not be surprised if these...
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez went head-to-head during a live interview. It was clear right away that this wasn't normal pre-fight promotion. This felt personal. Both fighters were subtly trying to get into each other's heads in real-time testing reactions and energy, not just trading words. Teo set the tone immediately. He shut down the polite media vibe and made it clear this was fight week. No friendliness, no soft questions, no easing into anything. His message was basically, don't try to
give you, so nah, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Just because I'm on top of my game. He's getting the best version of me. With Lomo, I think that it's also another thing. I'm not as small as Lomachenko was. Like, he may be the bigger fighter, but he's not just way bigger than me. I think with the Lomachenko fight, he was a lot bigger than Lomachenko, and he instilled, and his dad instilled fear inside of Lomachenko by constantly calling his name, and I seen it within the way that Lomachenko fought, and I think that I don't have that. Like, I'm the type of guy that I take risks.
Now, from there, he shifted into that locked-in mindset, talking like his career's on the line. He spoke about mentally resetting, cutting out distractions, and feeling more focused than he has since the Lomachenko fight. That kind of mental reset is dangerous, especially from someone who believes this night defines everything. When Teo starts talking about silence, focus, and willpower being more important than skill, it doesn't sound like promotion. It sounds like a fighter who believes this fight decides his future. Then Shakur steps in and calmly tears that whole idea apart. He calls Teo nervous and questions how someone who could...
He did not make Lomachenko quit, so what in the world makes him think that he's going to make me quit?
Okay, I know you feel like you're a greater challenge for him at this point in your career than Loma was at that point in his career. Can you tell me why?
Just because I'm on top of my game. He's getting the best version of me. With Lomo, I think that it's also another thing. I'm not as small as Lomachenko was. Like, he may be the bigger fighter, but he's not just way bigger than me. I think with the Lomachenko fight,
couldn't make Lomachenko or Kambosos quit thinks he's going. To stop him, Shakur then casually drops that he sees himself top 4 pound for pound after this fight. No yelling, no emotion, just quiet confidence. He breaks down the Loma fight like a teacher, saying Teo got more credit than he deserved, and that Lomachenko beat himself early. It's a subtle psychological shot, but a sharp one. When Shakur starts talking about Teo's overrated power, his problems with southpaws, and what he sees as delusion in Teo's mindset, it doesn't feel like trash talk. It feels calculated. Strategic disrespect. Teo responds in a completely different lane, talking about gratitude.
Things that are basically not going to happen. I just don't understand how he can delude his brain into believing that when he didn't make Steve Claggett, that's his name, Steve Claggett, quit. He didn't make him quit. He didn't make George Kambosos quit. He did not make Lomachenko quit. So what in the world makes him think that he's going to make me quit?
They're going to say, oh, he was a lightweight. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, technically, he is a lightweight.
Faith, career stakes, and legacy. At that point, it feels like belief versus analysis, purpose versus precision, will versus IQ. Both. Fighters believe this win reshapes their legacy. Both think the public doesn't fully understand them, and both sound like they're preparing for the biggest night of their lives. So this is no longer just a fight, it's two different philosophies. About boxing, confidence, and destiny colliding under the lights at Madison Square Garden. The question is simple now. How are you going to perform on Saturday night? Right after that intense Shakur-Teo stare-down energy, the conversation doesn't cool off. It sharpens. Malik Scott and the Inside the Ring crew step in and turn hype. Into technical breakdown, Malik starts talking about Shakur's southpaw jab, like it's a full weapon system.
He has skills inside the pocket as well. Mid-range, he's great too. Outside, of course, he's great. So he has those abilities, at his disposal to be able to change up and do and be whatever he needs to be. He has the skill set to do so, the mentality, and he has the confidence to do it as well. Teofimo Lopez, from a degree, he does have a high
Weapon system, not just a punch. And he's right. When he explains how Shakur catches opponents the moment they lean forward, that's timing, not reaction. Then Malik goes straight at Teo's habits, calling out the low lead hand against southpaws like it's a technical crime. Seen, you can almost hear every coach in the country saying, "Don't do that." What makes it hit harder is how calmly Malik explains it. No drama, just facts. That jab shuts momentum down, steals rhythm, and creates doubt. Then he shifts to body, work, and this is where it gets ugly in a quiet way. When Malik explains how Shakur freezes the guard to open the body, that's not flashy boxing. That's damage that adds up. The kind that doesn't show up in highlights, but wins fights in the later rounds. When Max and the panel jump in talking about Shakur winning on points, Teo's athleticism, footwork.
Teo lead hand down, going into offense against Shakur, going with his lead hand down, he's open for the jab. And we all know.
Angles, resumes, and the possibility that Teo could still win, it turns into pure contrast. Logic versus chaos. Structure versus instinct. IQ versus explosion. What I love is that nobody sounds certain, but everyone sounds convinced. Malik talks systems. Max talks safe bets. The panel warns not to underestimate Teo's engine. And all of it can be true at the same time. That's what makes this matchup special. You're not just watching a fight, you're watching ideas collide. Styles, habits, psychology, athleticism, discipline, timing, all crashing into one ring. No simple story, no clean answer. Just high-level boxing chaos wrapped in confidence and strategy. After Max, the panel turned the fight into a full-on breakdown of angles.
Right?
Well, that's just what we think.
Yeah, but I think it's a good fight. I think it's honestly 60-40. I think, obviously favors Shakur. He's the more unbeatable guy because he's hard to hit him, period.
Yeah.
But Teo also has the abilities to not be that easy.
Athleticism and probability. Tim Bradley steps in like a professor who's been grading both fighters for years. He's not moved by vibes. Bradley frames Shakur as the thinker, the fighter with built-in plans, A, B, and C. You can tell he values that adaptability more than raw unpredictability. He acknowledges Teo's high boxing IQ and explosive athleticism, but then he raises the warning. Creativity gets much harder when the...
Yeah, so I think it's a 60-40 fight. I'm favoring Shakur. And I don't know how Shakur is going to win the fight. I don't know what Shakur is. With Shakur, it's all about the danger you could put in front of him. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I do know. If he feel like it's danger and you got his mind thinking and working.
The guy in front of you sees everything coming. Bradley paints. Teo is a dynamic rhythm switcher who can steal early rounds with pressure and unpredictability, but he also points out the technical gaps, hands dropping, footwork lapses, defensive risks. Those are the exact mistakes Shakur feeds on. Bradley explains that Shakur may take a few rounds to read Teo's rhythm. But once that happens, those small mistakes turn into clear targets. Keeps coming back to frustration, saying Teo's real challenge isn't speed or power. It's staying mentally composed when he can't land clean and starts getting picked apart. Bradley stresses preparation and discipline, saying fights are 1 month before the bell. He clearly believes Shakur's environment gives him an edge. Then he brings up Bud Crawford, calling that level of sparring a cheat code for growth, in question